Hi guys, very good afternoon to you. So this is going to be the video number 171, and I have received an question. I have received a question from Santosh, who is my subscriber, and I think he's written me this second time. Nice to hear from you, Santosh. Thank you so much for writing me again. And he says, "Hi Ajay, I'm a big fan of your videos." Well, thank you so much. I mean, always appreciate whenever I get such great feedbacks, and in fact I think this is a month of appreciation, because I think this is fourth or fifth appreciation I'm receiving from my subscribers. So thank you so much. You make me feel like for a moment I feel like I'm a celebrity, but that's fine. So I was just kidding actually. So now he says that please share any video to me regarding the following requirement. He's stuck somewhere, I think, and that's what he's actually the pain area. He has this table, and in this table what he wants to do is he's saying that from the above we have the two different CIDs created, 100 and 121. As you can see here, 100 is created, 121 is also available here, but unfortunately the person wrongly created 121, instead pulling the same 100 to Bill Gates. So I'll tell you what exactly he's doing. He has tried some count if max, I think, functions as well. Well, I didn't get I'm not actually going to look at this, but instead I'll give you the solution, because you haven't given me any Excel attachment, but that's fine. Let me just copy this entire stuff, your question actually, and let's just open the Excel. People who are watching this video for the first time, I would definitely like to tell you that this is the video number 171. We have already created around 170 videos, and this is going to be 171 video on my Excel and the VBA tutorials, including MS Access as well. So anyways, let's just go ahead and use the Alt-S paste special text. You click here and you get the data here, right? Now one thing I want to tell you, if you simply copy the data from the internet, most of the time, I mean, you must have tried it, and in case if you don't know, if you have this problem, like when I'm copying this data, Control C, I selected this and I'm doing now Control C. So if I go back to the sheet C and directly press Control V, you will get this kind of a problem. Your data will not be pasted correct, right? So if you ever had this problem in the past, no worries. Now what you need to do is you need to go to the, let's do it again. I have already copied the data, so instead of doing it Control V, I'm going to press Alt-ES. Alt-ES is the shortcut key. It's a very common shortcut key. Every Excel person should know this, and if you don't know the shortcut keys, please go ahead on and watch my series, 3 series on the shortcut keys. I'll just show you where exactly you can find those videos. So Alt-ES and press text. There we go, and your data will be properly aligned, right? And as I said, if you're watching this video for the first time, this is my channel. You can go to my playlist and you can watch all those 170 videos. Otherwise, this is my website. Go to the tutorial section. I also provide training online, Excel training courses, and Excel videos are also available, and VBA training and VBA video tutorials. So you have 170 videos, including this will make 171. And if I click on the video tutorial, let me just take your 10-15 seconds. I'm not gonna take much of your time. Your time is very precious, I know. So these are all the videos, these are all the links you can watch, right? So I was talking about the Explore shortcut keys, part 3, part 1. So try to watch them. When you click on that, you will have this kind of a link. The page will open and it will actually take you onto this video. So now when you are going to watch this, please try to watch this on my channel, right? You have a YouTube link here. When you're going to click here, you will see here on this bottom corner right side, you will have a YouTube the icon. Just click on that, and that is going to help me a lot, right? All right, so let's come back to the main topic. So I'm again back on the sheet 1. Now if you look at the data, what exactly he's saying that if you look at this, the first number, the second row where we have the data, 100 actually is the code which is generated for Microsoft company, or you can say for the Bill Gates, right? Big man. And then you have a lot of other codes, 100, 200, 1, 201. If you see, 100 code is actually CID, the header is given to Microsoft only, to the Bill Gates. But he's saying that somebody has wrongly given this 121, which is to the different company. Ideally it should have been your 100 only, because if the company belongs to Microsoft, then it has to be 100. But the company here is eBay, so the code CID should not be 121. Okay, it should be 100. So that's what actually he's trying to see, that how we can actually keep a check that who has wrongly entered the code, right? So let's just go ahead and let's see how we're gonna do that. So the first thing which I would like to tell everybody, right, you're watching it for the first time, or you're already a part of this channel. Look, when you work on the Excel, you have a lot of tools, like you have charts, you have pivots, you have great formulas in Excel, thousands of formulas. But the point is, if you really want to utilize your formulas in a very well proper manner, you want to have a lot of easiness while working with the formulas, please structure your data properly. Sometimes having your data wrongly structured can actually put you in a very horrible situation. So I won't say, I mean, here we have any that kind of actually the thing where we don't have the proper structured the data, but still I would say that, like, if I look at this table, let me take you back to my YouTube channel where you have asked me this question. I see that the first name doesn't have any space, and I believe that it should definitely it has a space, so it should not have a space, because I see that last name doesn't have space. So what actually you are trying to do is, I guess you have 4 columns. One is CID, the another is COID, the third one is first name, and the last one is last name. So we have 4 columns, but if I'm going to separate them, then I will have more than 4 headers, which doesn't make any sense. So what you need to do is, it might be, I think, while you're copying, while asking the question, I think you might be created a space, so it just got created, but doesn't matter. What actually I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to make them look good with each other. They should follow each other. If you don't have a space in the last name, definitely we should not allow that, because if you see in your table 100 Microsoft Bill and Gate, Bill is the first name and Gate is the last name, obviously, right? And if I go further, then you have another Bill and then space Gate. So that means first name is Bill and the last name is Gate, right? And similarly, if I look at the COID, here you say Microsoft and here say Microsoft space foundation. So you should do this. You should not create a space. But anyways, if it is something really matter to you, then that's fine. We can clean the data after the next in our second or third step. But right now I'm doing it so that we can directly we can avoid the second step. Then you have another ABC Corp. Well, it's a famous company of our superstar Amitabh Bachchan. He's a big Bollywood celebrity. So by the way, I see this the kind of stuff, so let me know in case if you are from the media industry. I'm very fond of acting, so just hire me there. Right? Well, anyways, I was just joking. All right, so for those who do not know actually who is Amitabh Bachchan, he's a big celebrity in our country, and a famous the Bollywood celebrity Amitabh Bachchan. So, and that's his company actually. Anyways, so you have another Eureka company with the first name and the last name, Amitabh and then Bachchan, and similarly here you have the eBay and then Bill and Gate. All right, so you have given me this dummy data, I understood. Now let's do one thing. The first thing which you need to do is you're going to split the data, split them. Okay, so I selected this and I go to the data and text column, delimit, and there we go. So we need to space, click on this space, and you can see in the preview you have this data separated, right? And just next and finish. There we go, we got the data split, right? So actually you have learned 2 things today, right? One is that when you paste any data from the internet and you use the Control V, you may have a problem, so always use Alt ES and use the text format. And the second thing is the text to column, right? They are very common features, I am sure you must be knowing, but maybe if for somebody who doesn't know this, is going to be the extra 2 bonus points. All right, so now once I got this data in these headers, now I can quickly see that, all right, so CIDs for for the Microsoft he's using 100, and for ABC Corp he's using 201. For the Eureka it should not be 201, because 201 actually belongs to this company. And similarly for eBay you can't use that 1-to-1 because it's dedicated to Microsoft. So there are a number of ways to do this. You can simply form a pivot as well. You can form the pivot and you can see that this ID is created for how many companies. So let me just first give you the first solution is, let's make the pivot, right? So I'm going to the insert option and I'm going to click on the pivot. and the table is selected. In case if it is not selected, no problem, because my cell was already on this the table, so that's why my intelligence, pivot intelligence, it captured the data automatically. I didn't have to do anything. But in case if it is not, then you can also manually select. So start your selection from here, and there we go. Alright, so I want this data on the new worksheet. Maybe yeah, definitely we can create on the new worksheet. It's all up to you. The pivot is created. Now do one thing, drag the CID option, we'll put it in the row, and then use this COID for the company over here. Once you get to that, you see, you will come to know very easily that this 100 ID is used for which company. So you can see here that this 100 actually is used for Microsoft Foundation, and this 121 is used only for one company. This 125 is used for OLX. This 201 is used for ABC and Eureka. Now let's just also go to the design and change this report layout to the tabular form. Now this looks much better, and we can also remove the subtotals. We don't need the subtotals, so now the totals are also removed. So this is also another quick way to see the things. Microsoft Foundation, I think both are same, so this is not a problem. In the 121 you're using only one company, in the 125 you're using only OLX, and in the 201 you're using ABC Corp and Eureka, right? So this is when you actually want to check the CID vis-a-vis COID, right? But I guess your question was more towards the Bill Gates, I think the first name and the last name. So what you can do is you can pull this back. Let's just remove this, and let's just put this first name here. Okay, now once you pull this, put this first name here, you will come to know that you have a problem actually here. So this Bill stands for 101, this 121 stands for again you're using this for the bill. Or maybe you can do one thing, you can this is not giving the correct picture, that useful. Maybe you can shuffle them, put the first name there, and there we go. Now this is very easy. Now this is what exactly we can immediately see that Mr. Amitabh has got 2 IDs, so that means obviously it's a wrong thing, and Mr. Bill has got 2 IDs again, which is again a wrong thing, right? Now that's the first thing which you can do, but a better solution would be to keep a check using the Vlookup also. So what you can do, I'm telling you now the second solution. You can prepare somewhere these numbers, the unique numbers. You can pick them. For example, let's just write here somewhere CID says 100. It stands for, let's say, name, first name. So I'm gonna write here Bill Gate, or maybe simply you can write the Bill as well. Okay, and then you have 201, and then you have for the 201 also you have the 201 you have name called Mr. Amitabh, and then you have 121, 125. So 125 is for your, okay, so here also we have a problem. You can't give 125 to Mr. Amitabh because it's already there. So I mean, we got the idea, right? We need to generate these numbers like this, that 1000 stands for this, 201 stands for this, and let's say some another number, let's say 125 stands for maybe a company, let's say called Samsung. Okay, now what you can do is, now if you have a lot of records, and perhaps this question would come in your mind, if you have a lot of records, then how are you going to write them one by one? So you don't have to write them one by one, you can create the pivot. Okay, as we created the pivot here, simply in this pivot what you need to do is just remove this first name. You will get the list of all the IDs, right? So just copy that and put it here. Okay, fine. Let's say this is for another company called Nokia. Now this is going to be a master database. When somebody sends you this file and you want to check what kind of a job that person has done, is it correct, or there is some the problems with the data, then you can apply here, let's say checking, can apply here the formula. So now what you can do is you write the Vlookup. Let me first quickly write the Vlookup for you. Vlookup, this you will do this check with your own table, which is going to be the master table. and in the second column and in the 0. Okay, now look at this. Now we got the Bill Gates, Mr. Bill Gates, and I'm going to freeze the table because we need to drag this formula also. So once you're going to drag this formula, you will have all these names. Now here's the main thing which you want to do. I see that you were applying some if function also. Let me check. Yeah, you were trying to do some if function. Definitely if we can use. Now look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that if the output of this function is going to be this, then definitely say there that perfect. Otherwise say that no, it's a wrong thing, right? So how are you going to do that, right? So here it's very interesting. We will put the if condition. So I'm going to say that, let me delete this, or let me just go step by step. Now this is your status 1, and remember this status comes from your master table. So let me using master table. Okay, so we got the values according to the master table, what value it should have, what first name it should have, and then your own table. In your own table, what value you hold, right? So what you can do is you can write here if this equals to this, obviously, right? So wherever you have the values called true, that means they are correct. Wherever you have the values false, it means you need to work on those. So you can put the filter here. Alt D F F is the shortcut key, or you can go to the data and filter as well. Alt D F F. Let me just write it down. Okay, in case if you're not able to understand my accent, I know, I mean, it's a very obvious thing that people, I mean, you guys are watching it from the different parts of the world, so that's why I always ensure that whatever I speak, I mean, I try to actually write it down so that you should actually thoroughly understand the things. So now I'm gonna pick the false items. So these are the false items, and then you can you can actually approach your I'm sorry, I just wanted to select actually false. Yeah, so this is what they have done, and you can ask them that they need to look at these IDs again because they don't have the correct person, right? 201 is not for this Mr. Amitabh. It's actually for some another company, and we can see here 201 is for the Nokia, right? Or if you don't want to actually tell them because you are in hurry, you don't have the time to send them all this back, maybe you can later on talk to them and you can guide them, be attentive while entering the data but how will you actually get to rectify this problem? That is also one of the important things. So it's quite simple actually. What you need to do is when you're going to put the false here, obviously these are the records where you have a lot of discrepancy, right? But then this stands for Nokia. So simple, you just do this equals to this and then double click and you will have all the items correct. Similarly, you can also do the same VLOOKUP for the last name also. You can add one column here and you can write in the dashboard also what is the last name. So I mean, obviously it's a master table, so it should have all the information, right? So in this way you will be able to rectify the things, right? Another way of doing it, you can also combine the one formula. I mean, I always try to make the combination of the formulas. I don't like to use the too many columns actually. So instead of using these two columns, maybe you can combine everything. So what you can do is, let me just show you. Okay, let me just keep this as it is. So here I'll write here my master formula. Now what I'm going to say VLOOKUP of this ID. Okay, VLOOKUP of this ID in the table called this, which we know that is going to come as Mr. Bill, right? If this value is equals to, let me put if condition, if this VLOOKUP is going to be equals to this value, right, then you can write the same stuff again, then write the same stuff which is C2. Otherwise, if it is not correct, maybe you can write that it's incorrect value. If you want to correct it then and there, instead of writing whether it is correct or incorrect, then you can simply use again the same VLOOKUP. Copy this and paste it here, right? So what is happening now? I'm using the VLOOKUP. I'm saying that look up this 100 in my master table and see if that value is equals to the value which user has put. And if it is equal, then obviously use that value. And if you're not equals, then I'm sorry, I will definitely go ahead and use my master table information. So then what will happen when you drag this? Let's just freeze this part, dollar part. If you don't know what I'm doing using inserting these dollar signs, if you're so new to Excel, please go and watch a video called cell referencing on my website. It's I think a video which has a duration of 45 minutes. There you'll understand that why we put the dollars. If you don't know the dollars, then I would say you actually don't know Excel, because on every formula we use this and we can make very dynamic formulas. Now when I drag this, there we go. Okay, so now let's understand if we got the things correct or not. So the first thing, we got the bill here, Mr. Bill, and we got the Nokia here. I guess this is I'm so sorry, we have already corrected this. Actually, you see, I already corrected this, right? So no, that's not the way. Let me just quickly go ahead and do this again, or let me just undo it. This is, we already corrected it. It was not like this, right? So let me just quickly undo it. This was the picture, I guess. Yeah, this was the one. This was our data where we have these IDs. So now I'm going to use the on this. You don't have any formula now. You still have a formula, or maybe you can do one thing. Let me quickly delete this table and paste the values again. Okay, I don't like to edit my videos, because let's go with the flow. These things can come. Nobody is 100% perfect, so I always like to put myself as a real presenter, because I don't really like to edit the videos just to make you look that everything is going perfect, right? So that's what we have got. We got the names, and this is not required. This was the one, this was the original data. So here we're going to checking, and I'm gonna say that VLOOKUP. Let's do it quickly. Look up this value in this table. You can also select the entire table, as long as you know that there is nothing below this table. So I'm gonna use this to second column. So we got the values. Now what we want to do is we simply want to say that if the VLOOKUP of my master table is equals to this name, then I would like to have this name. Otherwise I would like to capture that value from the master table, because master table holds the correct value. There we go. Okay, so I guess we are perfect. We can track this. Alright, we got some problem. Let me see what is the problem. Okay, my mistake. Why we are using this equals to C2? I don't know what happened. Okay, this is a true parameter. This will pick up the VLOOKUP, and this will pick up the C2, which means this value. Now we should get the answer. Yeah, there we go. So now you got the correct answer here, and then you can copy it and you can use this paste special, Alt S and then value, and the values will be pasted, and then you can delete this. I mean, it's all up to you. How do you want to go? I just wanted to tell you that these are the ways you can definitely approach. You can sort out this issue simply by keeping your master database. Otherwise you can create the pivot as well. So let me just repeat what I have done. We are saying that VLOOKUP pick this 100 and find out the first name in our master table, and see whatever the master name you have got, whether that equals to this or not. If you're equal, then that means just get that value, which means the C2, right? If you're not equals to this, that means the user has entered wrong information. So no problem if he has entered the wrong information. We know how to handle this, how to get out of this problem. So we just simply say that then if you're not equals to this, then just pick up this and find out what is the first name from the master table, right? So we have used the if function. this is the true parameter, value of true. What if the value true means that this entire logic test, if the lookup from my main database is equals to what the user is writing here, then that means we are good, we will use that. And if you're not, then we will use the master database. Okay, and if you want to print, if you want to share this information with your team, that what entries they have entered wrong, so you can write here incorrect. It's all up to you. As I said, that is going to be your approach, so you will have the incorrect values as well there, right? So well, this comes foundation wrong, because as I said that you have to write this Microsoft Foundation here. Okay, and there is going to be Bell, and this is going to be Kate. This is the correct picture actually, right? So, and in case if you have, if you think that you have a lot of entries where you can't every time go and club them, you have a lot of entries where you have the space in the company, then use the AND operator. Use the another column, and there you can combine them. For example, if you have a here foundation as previously, which is incorrect actually, because first name shouldn't have the foundation, as I saw your data, so you can also combine them then, and then use this column instead of this column. So a lot of permutation combinations happens when you work on the Excel. So I guess yeah, this would have given you a good solution, and still I would like to hear from you in case if you have any challenges, or anybody who is watching this video is not for just one person. This video is for all of my dear subscribers, lovely subscribers, and of course for the people who are watching this video for the first time. So I'm signing off now, and I hope this is going to help you a lot in your office, in your any of the projects, because we have learned a lot of things. We have learned how to copy from the internet and use the Alt-est, and use the text format, and also text to column feature, and then Vlookup also we used, and if function is also used. Such a wonderful function. Alright guys, so I'll take a leave now, and I'll come back with one of the some more exciting stuff very soon, and till then you stay happy and have a very great learning. Thank you so much.